Hello, everyone, and welcome to BattleFY Community Cup. We're going to be casting together. I have my friend, the one, the only, the SuperBadJuju, who's going to be coming with me, bringing it to you. And I do want to let you know that I'm a little rusty coming off vacation, but I'm happy to be back for you guys, and SuperBad is going to be helping me cast this game. Who's playing this match?
We got PH Keith, who's representing the free agents up in there. And, of course, we have a couple well-known individuals mixed in the Wastelanders. We got Reich, was it Mizzix? We have Mr. Towley, and who's the other one? I can't think off the top of my head right now.
Oh, so we have Mizzix, Captain Insano, yeah, Reich, and Towley. Sorry, I was covering it with the... screen. But yeah, so we are going into the lobby now. It is just starting. You guys haven't missed a thing. You've seen everything there is to do and more, because those of you watching live at twitch.tv/asiege, or if you are on the twitch.tv/SuperBadJuju and you're being hosted on over here, you need to be checking on over and what we're doing. Because
yeah, absolutely.
You would have seen everything.
Hang out in the chat.
But yeah, so we're going in now. So we have the match starting up. We have ourselves a Kraken versus a Rogue Val, Hank, Maggie, and Hyde, which is definitely interesting considering the recent preference for a Sunny Griffin composition or Sunny Jack. We're seeing a Hank Rogue Val, which is a very interesting choice, especially with their ability to pick up down teammates.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that Kraken really excels against Rogue Val because of his quick combo spike damage that she struggles to keep up with. Yeah.
But definitely with the juggling, if the teammates are able to be evasive, keep themselves alive, so they'll be able to protect themselves and keep everything consistent in regards to the healing.
For sure. They do have a pretty defensive comp, you know. Like, Maggie's going to be able to get those poons out and hopefully be able to get some good CC on him. Looks like he's going to go the same way he started off last time, and hopefully there's no buffs this time. Yeah,
so that'll take care of that. We had a quick restart last match because buffs were on, which as soon as the buffs were found, it was an instant, crap. They're running straight to where the buff was, just being like, hey, is it here? No. Good! But yeah, so ability choice, we have one Lightning, one Banshee, one Vortex. Standard farming, wants to get as much food as possible, stage 1, and doesn't want to stay at stage 1. He wants to get out of this stage and be stage 2 as quick as possible. Perk-wise, we have ability cooldown being chosen by Keith, which means he wants to be able to cast his abilities a lot quicker and do a lot more control-based build. Towley is running Jetpack Recharge. We have movement speed on Insano and Reich, and we also have Jetpack Recharge on Mizzix, who's going to be who's a member of TRS. Reich is also a member of JSMS, which is Jamais Salmo Saucisson, Captain Insano, and Mr. Towley are both just community members. This is the Community Cup. We want to have fun. We want to play some Evolve. We want to have a blast. So...
Oh, man, I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I love the Community Cup because it shakes things up, you know. It puts people, or at least people are supposed to not play in their typical role there, you know, and it's just fun. You just get, like, teams all mixed up and cool things happen, like this dome.
Yeah, and right now we are captured. It is a stage 1. He is only halfway through his Evolve meter, so he's going to be pushed to get some pressure in right now. They did get the Thunderdome notification, so they know where he is. Pings are coming out. Towley's on the high ground. He's going to be throwing down that Toxic Grenade at some point. Oh, there comes the Orbital to flush him out, and there goes the Toxic Grenade. They forced him out of the corner, but he's in for the fight. Goes in with the Lightning, does connect on Mizzix. Mizzix is getting hit. He's going to be quickly getting healed by Rogue Val, trying to get picked up as much as he can. Here comes the Vortex, though, doesn't get connected on Mizzix. Mizzix is going to be dodging for his life, trying to keep himself alive, but Rogue Val is on point with the healing, bringing him right up. Banshee might toss. Here comes the Lightning, no connect on nothing because he cloaks. Keeps himself alive, and Towley's going in for the minigun, trying to get some damage. Keith is going in, trying to get some push in, but he decides, hey, I'm not getting anything out of this. I need to back out and protect myself a little bit.
Yeah, you're seeing him mitigate a bit, and you saw back there, he was kind of turning his back, trying to avoid getting shot in the face in that instant there. And, you know, Stage 1 Kraken is pretty formidable, but I think if he wants to really do anything in that dome, he would have had to get Rogue Val to pop that heal burst so that the passive healing drops and then bring the focus in.
Yeah, and that's something that you're going to have to keep an eye on Rogue Val, especially with her additional movement speed. It's going to be hard to make sure that she even pops it because she's going to be able to be so evasive, and with the Hank, you're drilling out a large amount of damage. Like, you're not only going through a shield, you're going through a shield, plus a heal burst that can heal you up, what is it, 80% of your total HP pool?
Yeah, her personal heal burst is insane. It's like 70 to 80%, yep.
It's kind of all over the place.
It looks like he's going to try and maybe go through the caves here, which can be a good spot to kind of juke back and forth and play some head games with the Hunters. And it's not the worst place as a Kraken to get domed in.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like, at this point, caves is a very interesting spot. We saw one thing that was very popular in about March for maybe 2 weeks was a build called Ground Kraken or Spider-Man Kraken, as it was well known by Source TV. But yeah, Lightning's going in actually, so never mind on the ground. Kraken going straight in. There's that heal burst we were talking about, how critical it is because there's no passive heal right now going on. But Captain Insano's on the run, trying to see what he can get. Here comes the stealth path's going to be coming in. Banshee Man going in for the finish, doesn't quite get it. Insano's on the hide, needs to get the shield out from Hank, and there it is, which means Mizzix is on point. Here comes the Lightning, though, does connect on Mizzix. Insano's now going to be exposed, which means he's going to be trying to keep himself alive on that high ground. Vortex going in, but Captain Insano jumps right up, dodging. There comes the next heal burst, keeping him up, getting low again, which means shields are going to have to be used, and there they go on point, bringing it in. Tally's going to be breaking that stealth path while the shields stay on from Mizzix, trying to keep his teammate alive. Here comes the orbital, forcing out the crack. Oh, the dome comes in and making a barricade. Bringing it in, and the Trapper locking in. Reich doing such a clutch play on there. Reich, get off Assault, start playing Trapper more often.
Holy crap, yeah, that dome was perfect. That was a lifesaver right there, because her heal burst was down, you know, she was vulnerable. And he just brought that dome down, kept them in there.
Yeah, and now not only were they able to bring up the, heal them right up to full with the heal burst plus then AoE healing, but also the shields are now fully recharged, so it's like that never happened and they already broke through a large portion of armor. It was the perfect scenario to how to dome, how to separate the Kraken from your teammates. You don't always need to lock them in the middle or lock them in a god dome to get a perfect fight. And this is exactly what we're seeing. They're on health damage now, pumping right through. Vortex going in. Mizzix is taking damage. And here we go. We have Mizzix down, which is the first strike of the game. And we see Captain Insano already going through for the heals. The AoE heal burst is being used, trying to get it picked up from range, which is great against the Kraken because he can't stop you if you're just healing from range. But at the same time, we're just seeing a large amount of portion being done and a large amount of damage as he just broke through their first bar of health on the Kraken.
Yeah, you'll notice he's rotating around trying to make sure that he can camp the body without taking too much damage, but their team puts out a lot of residual damage. You know, you have the burns from Hyde, you have the tranks, rather the poison darts from Val, so, I mean, you're going to take damage no matter how much you evade.
Yeah, and just, they were able to get one strike, well, Keith was able to get one strike on Mizzix, but at the same time, he took one bar of health, which is a good trade overall, but this is a team that gains momentum as the fights go on.
Yeah, very true. You know, if you want to stack up strikes early and you're going to sacrifice health for it, it's worth it for Hank. You know, he's going to be public enemy #1 later on.
And it is Keith after all, so he's definitely no joke whatsoever. But we see two Banshees, two Aftershock, one Vortex going in. Here comes the drop. Aftershock coming in, goes in, does connect on 2. Bringing it down. There's a second strike on Mizzix right off the get-go. Captain Insano unable to get much out of it. There's a strike down on Reich. It could be a cleanup here near as everyone's just getting melted. AoE healing being used. Daisy going in for the res, not able to get it. And right now we have Keith on the run as he doesn't want to get anything else. He got his 2 strikes, needs to back out and get some space.
Yeah, and you know, he's playing safe. That's what you do. Sometimes it's tempting to go all in and just go for that brutal finish, but, you know, the smart play most of the time, farm your strikes, peace out, come back, get more strikes, make your life easier.
Yeah, and they're looking at this right now, and they're trying to see how they can position themselves a little bit differently. As we're seeing, they're choosing to do a 3-1 split, which what I'm referring to here is when they put their assault on their own, which is the 1, and then the other 3 huddle together and make sure they're traveling safely. So Keith right now is in caves, which is a very rough spot to fight, especially with a Hank composition, because you need that line of sight.
Mm-hmm. And him having Aftershock in caves can be pretty brutal.
Oh, yeah, especially when you get those cluster Aftershocks followed, initiated by a Vortex, you can get some devastating... Oh, there's the dome! Oh!
I think they threw that based on sound there. I think they were like, okay, sounds like he's close, let's go for it.
We went from a perfect dome to that dome, Reich.
And he's armored up. He has a good opportunity to go in there and farm off a couple strikes if he wanted to.
If he wanted to, yeah, he could put Mizzix in a dropship if he went back in. He is full armor. He could get that quick and back out. But it's just like he's choosing to be safe instead of maybe overstepping his boundaries a little bit.
Yeah, Keith is a very smart player when it comes to, you know, knowing when to be aggressive, knowing when to back off, and having confidence in his ability to handle himself in a fight.
Yeah, so we're going in right now. Tally is right now hugging up the rear as he's just trying to keep up with that jetpack recharge. Captain Insano's going in, but the Kraken's coming in. Keith is going in, trying to get that finish that we were talking about. Goes right in. Lightning Strike connects on Tally. Tally's going to eat that to the face, but a quick heal from Insano's going to get his teammates right back up as he did burn the cloak. He's going to refresh his armor, and then he's going to be going back in. But the only problem is that Dome's going to be off cooldown in just a moment, and that cost him a lot more than you think because now he's going to be stuck in a Dome in the next engagement, so he has to be fully ready to fight.
It looks like he's... I don't know. Waiting to ambush, possibly? Yep.
There it is. And he's going to drop it down. Goes right in on Mizzix. Here comes the drop Aftershock going in for the finish. It does finish. Mizzix is in dropship, and that was a quick pick-off right there.
Absolutely.
As now they don't have Hank, and he's gone.
It was a brilliant play on his end. You know what he was doing? He was waiting for them to climb up there and burn their jetpack climbing.
Oh yeah, so that way Mystics can't dodge. Right now, like, that's what we're talking about when we see 3-1 splits, 2-2 splits, is when the Hunter team does all that all at once. You start seeing a large amount of pressure with the compression of the damage, but he does know that Dome was on cooldown throughout that duration. And he has it timed down to the second, because as soon as he stepped out, it was off cooldown.
Yeah, he's very good at keeping track of timers in his head. You know, I said it earlier, I really think Keith is one of the best evolved players right now.
Oh, yeah. And Keith has always been that way. He's always been aimbotting, and I'm just kidding. He's not actually aimbotting, but he's just one of those people that you watch him play, and you just see some of the methodical, steps that he takes, and he always know that there is a game plan, and he's following it to a T.
Yeah, he's a very, like, he dissects the play, you know, some players, they play, they're brutal, and they got heart, you know, and it's their raw brutality pushing through, you know what I mean? Whereas Keith is very tactical in the way that he plays.
So we'll have to see what happens, and I don't know. Like, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. They did choose to stay back and be defensive right now because they are choosing to set up at relay and just saying, you know what, we're only getting strikes at this point, we'll take the stage 3 fight. The only problem is that it's only 9 minutes and 30 seconds in. Like, they could have delayed this a lot more, which means that Keith has almost 11 minutes. Like, he has 10 and change to get pressure on this relay and get some damage in, while at the same time, he's just going to be able to just go back, get armor, come back in, and just keep doing these fights at full stage 3 fight potential. But here we go.
You can either farm strikes or just go for the shutout.
Looks like he's going in for the wipe. He has 15 seconds to get his first kill, but he's still going straight on Insano, which means... Oh, no, Insano pops the heal burst, which means he's going to be staying out. Here comes the lightning going back in. Does connect on Reich and Insano going in for the aftershock finish. Doesn't connect on Reich, though. Doesn't, though. Insano's on it, which means he's going to get picked up. And Reich just dodges it. He probably should have got hit by that, so he went into dropship. But that means that Reich's going to be getting hit right now, and Tally's trying to get a pickup, but they do decide to spawn in dropship. Here comes the lightning go on Tally's shield. Hits him right in the face, but it's not quite enough. Aftershock coming in for the finish on Reich. Reich goes down, and it's only Mizzix and... Oh no, Insano didn't make it to dropship.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be on the next one, which probably isn't going to come.
This is going to be... I'm sorry, Mizzix, but you're dropping in some pain right now as Keith's just waiting there. He's throwing out the lightning. Cloak burn immediately. He tries to get it out. He's just finishing off bodies, making sure he's not even getting... Oh, the stun bounce!
You can't hide from him. You cannot hide from him. You've got that X-ray vision, man.
Oh, Keith's coming in.
Just saw that little jetpack booster, I guess, and was like, all right, we're doing this.
And he's like, 3, 2, 1, and you're grabbed.
Oof. They're like airdrop snacks right there.
Protein snacks. Hey, here's a supply drop for you, monster. I heard you were hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, guys, so that brings the first match down. It means it is currently a 1-0 lead in favor of the free agent team for the BattleFY Community Cup on this week. This is week 12, I think.
Maybe.
I think it's week 12. We'll find out for you. And but yeah, so you guys stay tuned. Oh, week 11. Week 11. I knew it was close. It was close.
Yeah, close. Hey, man, at least you had a general idea. I had no clue.
But yeah, guys, stay tuned, stay awesome. For those of you watching live at twitch.tv/aceeds, make sure to stay tuned and stay frosty. Make sure to throw the follows out on both the channels you saw. And we are moderators, so if you're curious and you want the link, it's right there. If you're on the YouTubes watching in the VODs, you need to go to Twitch, because Twitch is awesome, because we broadcast everything live. Every time there is a cup on Saturday or Sunday or any other Evolve tournament, we are there, either SuperBadJuju or myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So stay tuned, stay frosty. We'll be back with that fade in, fade out. You guys know and love. Those of you in the VODs know it very well. But it means you guys are going to the next video to play. So those of you watching live, well, we'll be back in a minute with the next round. Toodles!